Welcome Stu Pearlman from Inspire 11. Also, thank you Inspire 11 for hosting us once again. Please welcome Stu Pearlman. He's going to talk about preventing code smells with Puppeteer Utils.
Yeah. But first, I was offered a company plug. You always take the plug. So this is Inspire 11, kind of full-service consulting company, professional services. Now, those are all a bunch of words. This is actually my first consulting job, so I had no idea what to expect. And I guess all of the consulting websites are like this, where it's like, secret clients, and I can't really tell you. But we're a little bit more open about our stack, at least. So all of you are the target demo. So React, front-end technologies, full stack, welcome. DevOps, welcome. God, we're hiring for everything. And at the end of the day, you get to work with some pretty cool people. So that's the plug. If my tone doesn't sell you, nothing will. So enjoy your job. So to get started, guys have a little bit of a preview. We're going to play a game. The game is last one standing. And there might be multiples of you. And the prize is however many koozies we have left. So if you want to drop out, I understand. Here's what's going to happen. I'm going to read a statement. You're all going to stand up. And if you agree with the statement, you're going to stay standing. And if you disagree, you're going to sit down and stay seated. These statements will be controversial. These statements may shock you. Stand by your values. Everybody up. Let's go. Statement one. I enjoy writing automation tests. Be honest. There you go. There you go. Hold your ground. Hold your ground. Strong warriors. They're only going to get harder, though. Steel your resolve. My or my company's automation suites perform deterministically. Oh, you started sitting down in the middle of the words. Say strong soldier. No. Oh, that went way worse than I expected. All right, well, I guess I'll just plow through these. My automation tests always only click elements that are both present and visible. Any takers? No? I feel confident that my automation tests protect my employer from production defects. Hold for laughter is in my notes. I don't know. I feel confident that my automation tests reduce the need for manual QA. This one was an easy one. And then I am Iron Man, yes, me, insert name here, Stu. Let's get started on the real presentation, though. I know you guys enjoyed that. And I'm going to work the crowd a little. Don't worry, follow my voice, not my body. It's about preventing code smell with Puppeteer Utils. Hey, thanks for coming. Automation stinks. Think about all of you sitting down. Some of you barely stood. Should have stopped at 3 slices. Why does automation stink? It's unreliable. The tests tend to be verbose. And Selenium has had its day. Agreed. Can I get an amen? Amen. Enter Puppeteer. Anyone ever heard of Puppeteer? Anyone? Woo! Got 4 takers, including the guy who stood almost to the end and then collapsed under the weight of his own shame. Puppeteer solves a lot of the problems we've had with Selenium. You get your screenshots, you can make a PDF, you can crawl an SPA, because after all, it's a full version of Chromium. Right? You can render a full SPA. Automate form submission, UI testing, keyboard input. And it's an up-to-date automated testing environment. I'm not just going to read the slide. You guys can read. We read code all day. What does Puppeteer not have? Environmentalization. Oops. You're going to run the same automation suite against the same configured variables in every environment? No. So why don't they bake it in? But they don't. You need someone with gusto and grit to write a solution for it. What about running a CI/CD? You're really going to run it on your laptop? works fine on my local. Has that worked for any of you? Do any of your QAs like you who have said that? Not a one. Familiar spec runner or syntax? Yep, it's bring your own framework, guys. And a sensible API. So there are very common scenarios that are just not written into Puppeteer and should probably be part of the framework's organic API footprint and aren't. So the code is tiny and far away, but I will describe it in broad strokes. And you guys can go download this and use it at your jobs and pretend that you wrote it. And I won't know, so I won't be able to shame you. I gotta get my licks in now. So when we look at the environmentalization side of things, I went with .env extended. Why did I do that? Well, you have a couple .env files, and you pass in some configurations, and then you say which file or environment you're pointing towards with your run script, and then with just a very thin wrapper on all that, you end up with this injectable, shareable config per environment. What about CI/CD? We use Bitbucket a lot, so I want the Bitbucket's pipeline. Now, what is a Bitbucket's pipeline.yaml except a glorified Docker file? Because it's just a container, right? It's completely containerized. So then the challenge becomes, how the hell do I get this container set up to run Puppeteer? There's a certain amount of documentation on it. In my particular case, the thing I did for myself, and now for all of you, is that I took Puppeteer, which is generally running headlessly, and I found out a way to trick it into running into headful mode on a build server. Why did I do this? Because I was testing PDFs, and I needed the full rendering. Can't take shortcuts in this industry, people, and you gotta meet the ask. These are the challenges that define our careers. I took care of it. Copy my work, give me no credit, I don't care. And this one might be a little controversial. I know we got a lot of Jest fans up in here. Can we at least agree that the chai syntax is better?
I like it.
I got one. And all it takes is one. Every tsunami starts as a ripple. Keep fighting the fight. So you guys can't see the test, so I'll just describe it for you. It's expressive. It's declarative. It's beautiful. It uses the latest syntax. If someone saw this, they'd weep with joy. And you can write tests like this too. You just need to be given the right tools. You're not going to build pyramids of Giza with your bare hands. You need a blacksmith, and I'm here for you guys. What about a sensible API? Let's take a look at this. Got this page wrapper. I used our company website. Got this about page, right? It loads the page, and it stores your selectors. Generally speaking, and I can't enforce this, you guys are going to go to work and do whatever you normally do. But, might I recommend maybe sticking all your navigation logic, loading logic, selectors in a class, just this sort of meta abstraction of whatever route is under test. And then the element under test can go in that spec file. So, it's kind of doing the heavy lifting, and then you can drool over the declarative syntax here. Ooh, of course, how did I forget? All these helpers I wrote, they're awesome. Get tab by URL, get adder value, and it just takes the element in the adder, is visible by selector, boom, returns a Boolean. That's what you guys want. I prefix the method name with is, that means it returns a Boolean. And my favorite, clear input and enter value. There are others, by the way. These are cherry picked, so I can brag. The other ones aren't as interesting. This is a bug. This bug right here. In the Puppeteer specs, still unpatched. What's the workaround? Why, clicking, click count 3, triple click. What does triple click do? Select all. Yes, that's correct. Then it presses backspace and you can fill in the value. So long story short, you're clicking stuff. You're typing stuff. You're pulling in elements. You're running it in the cloud. And you're doing it with a syntax that won't make your coworkers weep and will probably cost some QAs their job. And you're welcome, because your code don't smell no more. You're smelly proof. And that's actually it, unless there's any questions. Where do you work where you stood for so long?
I was just saying I like to do it.
You like to do it?
Yeah.
You don't want to plug your employer? Oh, you're your own boss. All right, it's self-promotion. That's fair. That was the only question I had. I didn't know if anyone else had any questions. It was good. What about Inspire? If you want to ask any questions about Inspire. I didn't have anything prepared, so I just gave kind of a vanilla pitch. But I'm up here, and I've worked here a while, and I'm not intimidated by any of you. So. Scratching his head counts.
Sure. What's the average tenure of someone who's worked here?
Ooh, average tenure, that's an unfair question. The company's not that old. If we go by percentage, the attrition rate's pretty good. So people come and they don't leave, or they leave for circumstances kind of outside of employment situations. There is a burnout rate that's pretty high in consulting generally, but you can decline a contract or rotate out of a contract if you start feeling that come on, rather than, spin out of the company overall. Any other head scratchers? I'll be honest.
Okay. So I'm an employee. I have resigned consulting. I'm just curious, like, how long are you on one project before you get moved to some other project, or?
So how long are you on a project? So that's going to vary contract to contract. So it might be one of those sort of like a high burn contract, like, hey, just get shit done and get in, provide your expertise and get out. But generally speaking, it's not solely about deliverables, it's about improving process, and process is usually a function of culture. So we actually have to go in and be like, hey guys, this is called agile. Hey guys, we should write tests. Hey guys, this is an open source database that was made, this decade. And just kind of dragging them fitfully into the present, or, not to generalize too much, a greenfield project where it's like, we're going to use the latest technologies to do kind of what they consider impossible. So they don't have the technical expertise. We're going to go ahead and do it, and then we'll stay on to make sure that we're raising up the company. So they're longer duration contracts. Again, to his earlier point about burnout, if you feel like you're getting burned out, you can spin off of it, but a lot of times you actually have the opposite problem where people are getting comfortable and they're spending more time, they come to enjoy the people they work with. You have sort of your immediate family here, and then your extended family and the client. I don't usually like the family analogy. Has you guys ever noticed that? Your boss says we're family here. And then does he ever say anything positive after that? Which is why you're getting a raise? No. It was just an analogy. I know I'm not related to any of these people. You in the back with the beard. You have a blue name tag. Do you work here? Are you a plant? Anyways, out with it. Oh.
For someone who might be considering moving from like a product firm, like just working on like whatever they work on, to a consulting firm, what would you tell them are things that they should consider when making that move?
So, I made that move. I was at cars.com for 3 years. I ran their platform initiatives team. What's funny is teams tend to be defined by purpose, right? So those are kind of become your stakeholders, and then the company itself is your client. I haven't found it structurally to be all that different for that reason. So you may not have a defined product, but you're going to be working on things that are otherwise constrained. The client has something that they want from you. Generally speaking, at a product company, they have something specific that they want from you. Your function might be more generalized within a product company. If they're having resourcing issues, it might be more generalized at a client site if they find multiple areas where you can contribute. If you're saying, in my case, I love cars.com, I only want to work on the cars.com homepage forever, you might have a bad go at consulting, but I also might be having a bad go at life.
All right.
We're gonna have a short recess between presentations.
Okay, I have time for one more. Now my manager. You got two. I'll do you. Your mustache is coming in awesome, by the way. So I saw that over the summer, and I was like, I wonder what he's gonna do with it. And I love it.
Can you tell us about a unique technology that you worked on?
Let me tell you about Puppeteer Utils, okay?
Unique. Is it on GitHub?
Is it on GitHub? So we're setting up our NPM publishing rights and everything for Inspire. And so once it's sent up to the cloud, which I didn't have time to do today, you guys will have access to it. I'll throw it on the meetup page. Unique technologies we use, I would say, probably the machine learning pipeline project we've been working on recently for a food manufacturer. And that guy's not here. I wasn't on that contract, but I could not stop talking to him about it. I would say that we had a video streaming app. It was just video codecs are fascinating, and breaking up video, picking up where you left off in case the connection's interrupted. Yeah, really kind of fascinating stuff. It's going to vary with the client, to be honest, but you're going to do at least one cool thing a year. So, and you in the back, would you have the same question, or were you going to ask a joke question? This isn't about joking around. This is a serious presentation. Did he just whisper? I'm way up here.
What is the average length of a contract?
Oh, a repeat. You weren't listening. Because I already explained it in great detail, I'm just going to tell you 6 months. Anyone else? Last chance? Last chance. Get it in? Get it in? It won't be, oh, he's got a follow-up. Also 6 months.
I asked because I want to know if that impacts your attitude towards tech debt.
Ooh, he's asking the tech debt. Okay, hold on. I know I made you all stand up already, so this time I'm just going to make you raise your hand. Who had the tech debt question about consulting? Go on. Wow. Only one forward thinker. And you sat in the front row. I want you to talk to Lauren after this. I think you might fit in around here. So, just because it's 6 months doesn't mean you're off the hook. There's a warranty period on these things if you really want to get all contractual about it. And also, I don't know if you've ever had your 6 months from now self saved by your wrote a test. The client's never going to ask for tests. If you don't want to do tests, you don't have to write tests. I'm saying it's a bad idea and that we do write tests. The client's not going to ask for it. Anyone else have resting hell no face? I don't want to leave any doubt in the air. Okay, I'm going to wrap it up. You adjusted your glasses instead of scratching your head, so I'm going to give you a pass. All right, we're going to take a brief intermission. I want you guys to think about how much you've grown in the last 15 minutes. And then we're going to, Jean-Luc Picard will be up next.